never give in. You're gonna win, gonna rise again. No matter what they say, no matter.
First of all, thank you to every ARMY across the world who never stops supporting Jungkook through every step, every photo, every heartbeat. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with every thrilling moment of this new campaign that has everyone talking.
BTS is back, feel the attack.
The moment the first frame of the new Calvin Klein 2025 campaign featuring Jungkook appeared online, time seemed to stop for a second. Was it the way he looked into the camera, sharp yet warm, or the way denim molded perfectly to his movements? The answer may never be simple, because Jungkook isn't just wearing Calvin Klein, he's becoming it. The air shifted when he walked forward in full denim, jacket, jeans, and that effortlessly classic Calvin Klein waistband peaking just slightly, enough to send waves of chaos through social media. The phrase Jungkook for Calvin Klein wasn't just a marketing line anymore. It was a global phenomenon, a visual shock that instantly defined style for 2025. But what makes this campaign different? Why does this collaboration still feel electric, even after so many global stars have stood before the same camera? Is it because Jungkook's energy feels untamed, yet so graceful that even silence around him becomes dramatic? Or is it the quiet confidence in his eyes that tells 1,000 untold stories? In the teaser video, Jungkook doesn't rush. Each step he takes is measured, deliberate, like he's walking through air that bends for him. His denim jacket hangs just right, his white shirt clean and simple, yet somehow he turns it into a statement of power. The camera follows his every move, from the subtle tug on the jacket collar to the sharp turn of his heel, and the world collectively exhales, the question echoing across millions of fans' timelines. How can something so simple look so breathtaking? There's something undeniably magnetic in the way Jungkook presents Calvin Klein. It's not about showing off, it's about owning every moment, commanding the space with just presence. No need for words. A glimpse behind the denim. Zoom in, and you'll notice the details, the rolled cuffs, the soft lighting that highlights the grain of the fabric, the signature Calvin Klein waistband that subtly peeks through like a quiet promise. It's not just fashion, it's storytelling. And who could tell it better than Jungkook? From his tattoos peeking beneath his sleeve to the silver bracelet glinting under the studio lights, every small detail feels intentional, as if every piece of the campaign was built around his natural rhythm, his sense of calm fire. When Jungkook moves, he doesn't just model, he performs. His gestures feel like dance, his gaze feels like music, and his silence speaks louder than any soundtrack. He's beyond model level. Within minutes of release, the internet became an explosion of reactions. ARMYs flooded timelines with disbelief. Is this real life? How can Calvin Klein outdo themselves again? Jungkook looks like he was born for this brand, and they weren't wrong. There's an unmistakable harmony between Jungkook's personality and Calvin Klein's core identity. Raw, confident, bold, yet effortlessly pure. Could it be that Calvin Klein has found not just a face, but a soul for their brand? Even fashion critics, known for their sharp words, couldn't deny the chemistry. Every shot feels cinematic, every frame looks like a movie poster, and every second Jungkook appears, the atmosphere shifts, colder, calmer, and somehow hotter at the same time. The question everyone is asking: why does Jungkook's aura always feel different from anyone else's? Maybe it's because he doesn't chase attention, it finds him. His calm expression, the small smirk playing at the corner of his lips, the way his eyes never shy away from the lens, everything feels effortless, yet dangerously precise. Could it be that this is what true star power looks like? The kind that doesn't need music, performance, or words, just a stare, a pose, and the entire world falls silent. When the camera zoomed in to show the Calvin Klein waistband, social media froze again, not because it was shocking, but because it was Jungkook's confidence that made it powerful, not exposure. It's the elegance of control, the sophistication of simplicity, the art of quiet seduction. Calvin Klein has always been known for minimalism, but with Jungkook, minimalism became mesmerizing. His every movement feels like poetry wrapped in denim. It's not just about beauty, it's about balance, masculine yet soft, bold yet gentle, a contrast that defines Jungkook himself. And perhaps that's why this campaign feels so alive. Behind those calm eyes, there's a story, one of discipline, passion, and silent rebellion. Jungkook doesn't scream for attention, he simply earns it. When Calvin Klein chose Jungkook, many wondered if lightning could strike. Twice after his previous campaigns broke the internet. But this time, It wasn't just lightning, it was a storm. Every photo, every clip, every behind-the-scenes moment feels intentional. A celebration of self-assured freedom. It's not just Calvin Klein's campaign anymore. It's Jungkook's visual diary, his moment of unapologetic confidence. Could this be the moment Jungkook transcends from idol to global fashion icon? Even brand insiders hinted that this collaboration marks a new era, one that blends global influence with raw authenticity. Jungkook doesn't sell a product, he embodies a mindset, fearless simplicity. As the campaign video fades to black, one thought lingers: is this just the start of something even bigger? Because if one thing's certain, it's that Jungkook doesn't just appear in campaigns, he transforms them. Calvin Klein isn't simply featuring him, they're following his rhythm, capturing his quiet thunder. And maybe that's the secret of Jungkook's timeless appeal. He doesn't chase trends, he creates them, wordlessly, effortlessly, and beautifully. The headline exploded across social media just minutes after Calvin Klein dropped their first teaser. No background music, no excessive lighting, just Jungkook, standing under a beam of morning light, wearing nothing but perfectly fitted denim and a gaze that could melt glass. The video lasted only 15 seconds, but those 15 seconds were enough to make the world stop scrolling. What was that look, that half smile, that quiet dominance? Was it Jungkook's way of saying he's back, not just as a global idol, but as an unstoppable creative force? Within an hour, #Jungkook Calvin Klein 2025 topped worldwide trends. Fans in Seoul, New York, London, and Paris all said the same thing. This wasn't just an ad, it was a statement. Every move Jungkook made felt intentional. The slight turn of his jaw, the subtle tightening of his grip on the jacket slung over his shoulder, even the shadow behind him seemed choreographed, as if Calvin Klein's camera was capturing not a model, but a living embodiment of confidence and rebellion. Fashion critics were quick to react. One wrote, "No one wears denim like Jungkook, because he doesn't just wear it, he lives in it." Another commented, "The campaign feels like a love letter to freedom, and Jungkook is its heartbeat." But what caught everyone off guard was the tone of the new campaign. Unlike the previous one that celebrated minimalism and youth, this 2025 edition feels darker, bolder, and more personal. The tagline, "Own Your Shadow," appeared briefly at the end of the clip, leading many to wonder, is Jungkook finally embracing the parts of himself the world rarely sees? The video lasted only 15 seconds, but those 15 seconds were enough to make the world stop scrolling. What was that look, that half smile, that quiet dominance? Was it Jungkook's way of saying he's back, not just as a global idol, but as an unstoppable creative force? Within an hour, #Jungkook Calvin Klein 2025 topped worldwide trends. Fans in Seoul, New York, London, and Paris all said the same thing. This wasn't just an ad, it was a statement. Every move Jungkook made felt intentional. The slight turn of his jaw, the subtle tightening of his grip on the jacket slung over his shoulder, even the shadow behind him seemed choreographed, as if Calvin Klein's camera was capturing not a model, but a living embodiment of confidence and rebellion. Fashion critics were quick to react. One wrote, "No one wears denim like Jungkook, because he doesn't just wear it, he lives in it." Another commented, "The campaign feels like a love letter to freedom, and Jungkook is its heartbeat." But what caught everyone off guard was the tone of the new campaign. Unlike the previous one that celebrated minimalism and youth, this 2025 edition feels darker, bolder, and more personal. The tagline, "Own Your Shadow," appeared briefly at the end of the clip, leading many to wonder, is Jungkook finally embracing the parts of himself the world rarely sees? And that's exactly why fans can't stop watching, because in this campaign, Jungkook doesn't perform, he reveals. The still photos released later that evening only added fuel to the fire. One image in particular, Jungkook leaning against a rusted metal wall,